Women are amazing, right? They're just incredible. However, for us men, they're very confusing at the same time because they're so volatile in nature, spontaneous, and they really are just unpredictable. And so how do we work with that as men, especially with our girlfriends, our wives, or even a new date and someone random that we're meeting and we're interested in them and we want to build a healthy relationship and a fruitful relationship with them? How do we go about that? Well, it starts with the words coming out of our mouth, and also not just the words, the emotions, right? Our body language and our tone of voice, all these different aspects of communication come into play when it comes to communicating effectively with women. So in this video, we're going to crack the code on it, guys. We're going to talk all about 3 pillars you can take advantage of to have a fruitful relationship with women and how to communicate effectively with them. And these are things that you probably have not thought about, and you can start integrating in your life today whenever you start communicating with that spontaneity of that feminine energy. Hello, all you whimsical wellness wizards in the crazy cyberspace. I'm so excited to be on this wonderful video here, chatting with you through this screen and whatnot. I am a men's holistic lifestyle coach, and I'm a specialist in the field of all things nutrition, fitness, and a lot of holistic lifestyle fundamentals and modalities. And I have the pleasure of creating this YouTube channel to provide this information for you guys on all things health and wellness, because one of the foundations of health and wellness is social wellness, right? We have the 8 dimensions of wellness. Social wellness is paramount for our overall health and feeling great and energized and empowered on a day-to-day basis, right? We especially realized this after the past 2 to 3 years with COVID. Everything shut down. We didn't have that true relationship capacity we could have other than the interweb and social media. That's not true social media, right? So if we can really tap into the real deal social relationships of our day-to-day life, one way to do that is by communicating effectively and vocalizing how we truly feel, especially to the spontaneity of women. So as men, obviously I'm not a woman, so I don't truly know what a woman wants. Maybe I do, I don't know. But all that being said, I'm a pretty balanced dude, I like to say. I'm very into balancing my masculine and feminine cores, and I've worked on this for many, many years, and so that's why I'm making this video for you guys, because I get a lot of questions about how to communicate effectively with women, how to go about my relationship with my wife and really harness some healthy, spunkiness in the relationship again, because there's a lot of guys that will get in these relationships, they have their kids, they get older, and then all of a sudden they don't go on dates anymore. They just don't feel that zest in the relationship. On top of that, we have difficulties with our girlfriends. We don't know how to communicate with them. And even deeper is going on a new relationship date with a woman and finding ways that we can communicate with her, like, man, I really dig this woman. How do I express that? Or how do I get her to really like me? That's what we're going to talk about. So number 1 is listening to her. Wild, right? No, in all honesty, a lot of us guys, we hear a woman come to us and they're talking about something that's dramatic in their life. And we don't want to make it any more dramatic than it is, right? We want to resolve the problem. That's the problem. We are trying to solve their problem. We don't want to do that, right? All women want from us men is to hold space for them and to listen to them and acknowledge that we are there to be present and understand where they're at emotionally. Women are very unique, right? They communicate through emotions, right? They just love to communicate and resolve their problems by communication. For us men, on the other hand, a lot of times when we have something in our life that's troubling us, we go back to our man cave and we think about it. We're more internal with our stuff and our problems and our thought processes. Women are very external with their thought processes. That's why they meet up with their girlfriends and there's 20 different subjects in one conversation. It's very confusing for us guys because we're like, how did we get to this subject, right? So all that being said, when a woman is wanting to express her most divine self, she will tell you her emotions. And one thing you got to do is remember this: do not solve her problem unless she truly asks. If she truly asks for your assistance, straight up and saying like, yo, Jeremy, I really need help with this issue I'm having. Do you have any advice on this? Then you confirm with her, oh, really? You want my advice? I'd be happy to give you my advice. Yes, I would really love that. Then you can go further and explain some things that can support her. But if she does not ask for it, then there's no reason to provide that information for her. Be patient. That is a big part of listening to her. Be patient and just absorb all that she's saying. Be very active listening, right? Not just hearing and having to go through one ear and out the other. Listen to her words. Emotionally connect to those words. And then just respond by repeating what she said. Like if she says something, for example, like, man, this bitch Chelsea, she's been so mean to me. Like I can't believe this bitch. She screwed me over. And what do you respond? Do you say like all these solutions for her? No, she doesn't want to hear that. So what you respond to say, oh, so she's been really mean to you? Yeah, she just keep feeding that, right? Ask questions. That's the number one thing. The more questions, the more quality questions you ask to your woman or the woman that you're meeting, the more she's just gonna fall for you and really trust you and love you, and the relationship will just be much more harnessed and loving, right? So that's number one, is listen to her, acknowledge her emotions, don't give her the solution unless she asks. Number two is timing is everything. Timing is everything. So let's say something is burdening you as a man and you're looking to bring that up to her. Or maybe not even burdening you, but there's something in the relationship that's bothering you about what she's doing, the dynamic, the flow. Do you just go up to her and tell her like, hey, I'm really annoyed by this, right? No woman wants to hear that, right? And so instead you got to come up to her and express how much you love her and express the things about her that are so great and fruitful and amazing. And then after that positivity uprises and she feels confident about, man, he really respects me, he really sees me for who I am, then you can lay down that brick about the thing that is bothering you or the thing that is troubling that needs to be addressed in the relationship through her. So then, you can start the conversation by saying like, hey, I really, really just like love all the things you do at the house. It's really amazing. It's been so helpful. I was curious, is it possible to begin cleaning up the dishes in the sink, whatever. So put that after the fact. You create the positivity. Women love that, right? If you can really build up their heart and their appreciation for them authentically, none of this crazy fake stuff, authentically, then you can lay down the heavier quote unquote things. So timing is everything with communication. Also acknowledge timing when it comes to just anything in general. Like, is this the right time to talk to her about this subject? If it's a different high intensity subject, or there's something going on in the house and she's a little chaotic and stirred up from all the things she's working with kids or the dogs or whatever it may be, or she's stressed out from going to school again or whatever. Not a good time to lay down some stuff on her. So make sure you have the timing correctly. Timing is everything with women. You want to be able to read her energy and present something to her at the right time. The last pillar is deliver the message in a humble, loving, and kind way. Assertive, but loving. Assertive and direct, but loving and kind. Women want a tender, soft man, but they also want a man that's assertive with his masculine energy, that has some form of aggressiveness, that is not aggressive in the way of abusive, but in a way that's like, this is it, right? High testosterone men with high testosterone are not overly aggressive, they are balanced in themselves. And so you want to be very loving and kind and tenderizing to her heart, but also at the same time, be very direct and assertive about how you feel and how things should go, right, in the relationship, because women want a guiding force, right? They don't just want a man that's like, hey, what do you want to do tonight for dinner? It's a Friday night out. What do you want to do tonight for dinner? They're going to be like, why are you asking me? I have no idea. They're just as confused as you as what they need to get done in life. So really be careful with the questions in those aspects. Although you're doing it out of a kind-hearted sense, women want you to take the lead. Take the lead, be direct and assertive and take the lead. So if you want to have a night out on a Friday night, plan the restaurant trip, plan the night. She loves that. Be the guiding force, right? It's such a good way to go about the relationship. Whether it's a first date, it's going on repeating dates with your wife or your girlfriend, take advantage of taking the lead as a man. That puts in that masculine energy. Polarity is key in relationships. So if you have that divine masculine light, her divine feminine will show. Now, if you start decreasing that masculine energy and having more feminine qualities, she's going to start building up more masculine energy to compensate for that lower feminine energy that you're carrying around. So be careful about how the polarity is interacting, because if she is divinely feminine and you're divinely masculine, things work out much more. But if it starts going down the other trajectory, oh, hell can break loose in many ways, right? Now, naturally, of course, there are more masculine women and there are more feminine men, but the whole idea is, to the core of men, there's a masculine energy. To the core of women, there's a feminine energy. So I hope this helps you out. This video, I went through some 3 subjects that can help you cultivate a healthy, strong relationship with a woman and communicate effectively with her. It's something that is a very massive issue I see nowadays. A lot of men are struggling with it, and this is something that can help you take it to that next level. So if you got some benefit, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell icon so you don't miss a beat on further videos coming out. I'll come out with a whole host of videos on all things testosterone. We just talked about masculine energy a little bit, relationships, socializing, also just optimizing fat loss, optimizing your physique, and many other things. There's so many areas of health that we can focus on that will really give us the trajectory we need to move forward. So I will see you guys on the other side.